Hello everybody. This is me, Gibbon, and in this video we're going to talk about, is it possible to unblock everything with PaidaLajin? I mean every blockage. Just before the video, I'm going to make my Lajin for today. This is a lotus pose. I'm going to sit like this. Of course, it's not a regular Lajin posture, but it's definitely having some of Lajin characteristics. So I'm gonna make a special video about Lajin posture. But let's get into the topic. Is it possible to unblock every blockage that you have with PaidaLajin? Or is it possible to unblock every blockage that you have? How to do it with PaidaLajin? Easy or not? What you need for this thing? Just let me set a timer for my practice here. So, all the blockages. We have 12 major meridians, and in these 12 major meridians, we have many blockages. This is the first thing that we need to know, of course, if we have a disease. Because I can see this. Many people think that they have one very big blockage and they want to be very specific. It's like they think my hip is blocked, like my hip joint, for example, and it is blocked right here. Which meridian is there? Stomach meridian. Okay, then my stomach meridian is blocked. If I block my stomach meridian, my health will be restored. Sounds logical, of course, but practically, when you start to practice harder, you realize that it is not the truth. And if it was like that, in the book Self-Healing with PaidaLajin, Hong Chi will say such a things, but his way of doing it, like the perfect sequence of PaidaLajin, the way that you can unblock yourself fully, is to cover everything, like this, to stretch with the most ultimate stretch, which is unblocking every single one of meridians. This is the Lajin on the bench, and Paida, you must start with the 4 main areas. Why? Because through the 4 main areas, going all the 12 major meridians. Of course, there are some key points for specific parts of disease. No question about that. But if you start by this, like symptomatically, for example, here in my channel, in this YouTube channel, most of the people are males with sexual problems, because I made this channel because of this. And key areas are inside the legs, like because they are passing the liver, kidney, and spleen meridians, very important to sexual function. If you practice only Paida, we talk. If you practice Paida on these areas, yes, it's most probably you will feel improvement, but sooner or later you will feel that you're still blocked in some ways. You see, the appetite comes with eating, so it's you will want to unblock the other parts of your body, because if you have many blockages in the other meridians and you unblock one meridian very good, for example, you unblock your kidney meridian very fully on the legs, the energy will still flow poorly in the other meridians, and you cannot get the full potential in the kidney meridian as well. Why? Because meridians are different, but the energy that goes through meridians is one and the same. It is the chi, or as yogi call it, they call it prana. In Latin, they call it vis vitalis. So It is this universal energy called chi, prana, vis vitalis, and whatever you name it. But the energy that flows through meridians is one and the same. And if your meridians are fully unblocked, you have more energy to flow. This is one part of my answer. Can we unblock ourselves fully? Other part of my answer is like related, it's more practical. Can you unblock yourself? Can you think of when you did like 30 minutes here, Paida, on the elbow? Can you consider yourself as unblocked in this part? Could be not, because some deep blockages can need a lot of Paida sessions or a lot of Lajin stretching. And why I think like that? Hello, Michael. Good to see you. One example of me with my practice is every time that I perform the squatting Lajin, when I stand up, I felt this really huge pain exactly in the middle of lower back, where is the last lumbar vertebra and the first from the sacrum. And in this area, I felt very big pain, and I felt it first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, more than year, months, like more than 12 months, I continued to experience this. And I said to myself, wow, this is still there. I mean, maybe it's not going to pass, this blockage. Maybe it's too big. But I just continued my practice, and with the time, this thing disappeared. And I didn't practice a lot of Paida in this area. I practiced just a few sessions. After this, I continued to feel this pain after squatting. But you see, with the time, this blockage was unblocked. And this is a story about the patience. It's like what beat this blockage was actually my love to PaidaLajin, and this thing that I believe that this practice is unblocking, very good for me, and I don't give up of my practice. So I squat every single day, at least for 10-12 minutes, and mostly for 30 minutes. And I just didn't give up. So sometimes bigger blockages needs a lot of time, and many people who text me, their question is how many days, how much I need to practice to start to last longer in bed, to enter longer. And I never know. You see, I cannot answer this question because in me it happened. I noticed the results very fast. Some guys, yesterday was very good situation here in this channel. One guy from the chat, from the live chat, said that he has improvement after month and a half of 15 minutes each leg practicing Lajin. But other guys text me that even with bigger practice, even 3 months, for 30 minutes, they don't have this improvement. They have improvement in erection and in other part, in the libido, other parts of life, of sex life. They say that they need less time between two drives, but still no difference in how much they intercourse lasts. But this not means that later this won't disappear, you see, as a problem. I truly believe so. The question is how much you love PaidaLajin. So I think that with PaidaLajin, when you start, if you have chronic disease like I used to have, you can improve your disease very fast, but deeper unblocking of this of your body will happen with the time when you continue your practice longer, because you need to cover many times your body to have this unblocking effect. In my body, I still feel blockages around the right shoulder blade, right shoulder. I still feel these blockages. My deeper blockages on the musculoskeletal system was this, and blockage in the left hip joint, right hip joint, right hip joint, and through the whole spine. And my spine was like the pain from the right hip joint, the right shoulder and the spine, it disappeared, but I can feel that they are still blocked. The power, the strength is going through these areas day by day, because I continue my practice and they got better and better, but they are still not fully unblocked. But I can see that if I just continue with my practice, sooner or later, I hope so, that this will disappear. And the weird thing is that the musculoskeletal system is something that the chronic pain in the musculoskeletal system is something that you need a lot of time to unblock. I mean, truly a lot, because we have this projection. This is our brain, our nervous system is connected, so we have this projection, this muscle corset that we have, and it's like our mind is keeping these blockages too. It's like it's the game. The unblockage is the blockages are very deep, because they are both physical and psychological in the same time. So yeah, but the internal disease, in my opinion, they were the quickest thing to disappear. My insomnia, premature ejaculation, digestion problems, they were the easiest thing to disappear. So yeah, let's see the chat. Adam and Eve were probably unblocked in the Garden of Eden. They were not exposed to toxic air, food, and water. The perfect situation. Justin, thank you for this, because I was just about to move to other topic, that is this thing that you want to say. Yes, it's like it is like our body. This is the other way to look at the blockages. Our body is constantly blocking, because we have environment that is aggressive, and we need to be strong to resist it. But if we are not strong enough, this appears as some kind of blockage, or at least exhaustion of the energy of the body. Mostly is stress. Toxic air, toxic food, and water are two. They're factors, no question about that. But the most we block ourselves by the stress. You see, the things like fear, like envy, and other bad emotions. They are very blocking. They're very blocking for us. And we live in a world with a lot of commercials and stuff. You see, and they make you feel that you are not enough. So wherever you look, you can find something that his goal is to make you feel that you're not enough and you need something, but you don't have it. So this is very blocking for our bodies. But with the practice, you realize that everything is within yourself. So the stronger you get, the easier you resist to these stressful factors. Unfortunately, the material world is not perfect for us. We are in constant exchange with it. Okay. And again, fully unblocking. I mean, fully. What I mean by fully unblocking, you feel totally comfortable, you feel totally okay, you feel happy, you feel when you step to the ground, you feel like your weight is equally, like when you're on the right leg, it's like very stable. When you're on the left leg, you step very stable. Your both arms, both legs are equally strong and stuff like that. You don't have pain anywhere in the body and you're in a perfect condition. This is what I think about full unblocking. Sounds very good, but also sounds like it needs a lot of hard work. Depends on how blocked the person is when he starts his journey. But one thing is for sure, if you practice every day, you unblock every day. Another thing is for sure that you you get blocked new blockages every day, and you see you can balance that. And the more you practice, like the more you can reverse this process of blocking. But this is not reversing of aging because you can be unblocked, but the aging you cannot stop. You see, yeah, this is what I wanted to say in this video, guys. It was again a pleasure. And one thing I can say about this thing, Adam and Eve and Garden of Eden, it's like the perfect environment, but every single one of us was experiencing this the first 9 months of his life, because the mother womb is also perfect environment, and everything is given to us, and we are in fluid, like we swim, we breathe through someone else and feed ourselves through someone else, and we don't need to do anything. But since we are born and go in outer world, we have gravity, we have air, we have microbes, we have we have choices. So yeah, yeah, so this is what I wanted to say. Michael is saying something very, very cool here. I want to say that always do warm-up exercises like Surya Namaskar before Lajin. After that, Lajin gets easier for me. I do 20-25 minutes on each leg. I think doing Paida by tapping the bladder channel before doing Lajin also helps a lot. Yeah, I agree. I agree to this. Actually, the unblocking process starts. Okay, I agree. I agree to this thing. I definitely agree to this thing. If you can reach more time on the bench when you get your warm up, it's very good. So I have nothing to say here. And bladder channel is, of course, will help, because bladder channel gives a lot of strength, and it gives you this mobilization and endurance. Okay, guys. About Surya Namaskar. Surya Namaskar is also one of these exercises that is unblocking for every part of the body, but it is vinyasa, so it is something dynamic. You can have good improvements by practicing Surya Namaskar. I like Surya Namaskar a lot. Thanks a lot for your watching. Thanks a lot for the chat again. And see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. It was a pleasure.